One of the main reasons why everybody is able to code in Swift 3 and design their favorite app is that you don't write the code from the scratch. There is already some pre-built code written for you, and you just take that code, add some extension functionality to it, and that's it. You just mold it into your own way. And that is the biggest advantage that I see in the Swift 3 and in fact in any Swift language. And if you talk about a general programming syntax, let's say I want to design a website, I won't be creating that from the scratch. If I do so, I'm not a professional designer. I would be taking my already built-in templates. Yes, of course, everybody has some of these templates, and Xcode provides you these templates. And let's say I'm designing an HTML website. I have a template, so I'll be looking for some additional functionality. Let's say I found a drop-down menu and things like that, and then I'll be writing only a few code to add some more functionality into it, and that's it. That's voila, I'm done. And same thing happens in the Swift as well. You do have tons of code that is written for you, like for example how the touch interface is going to behave or how the APIs are going to behave. Most of the things are already written for you, and you just add extra functionality or add your extensions to the code, and that's what this movie is all about. It's just saying extensions. I'm trying to sound it really cool because I like this topic quite a lot. Okay, so how do we use these extensions? So there are some already built-in classes, maybe structures, maybe enums, and you just add your properties to it. This means I can add properties to everything. Yes, pretty much everything. Your integers, your doubles, your arrays, and pretty much which are implemented in the structures can have additional functionality to them. And that's a good news. Okay, so we have already seen there is one enum out there. So you might be thinking this is a class, but this is an enum. We have already figured that out. So this is a double, and which is a class. So I want to add some extra functionality. Let's just say, for example, I want to add things to be converted into kilometers and centimeters. I want to add functionality in this double, which is not there. So let's use the extension to add these functionality. So you write the keyword extension and then the class or the enumeration or the structure that you want to extend. So in this case, we want to extend already built-in class, which is already very powerful, that is double. And what do we want to add in it? So let's just say we want to create a variable that says kilometers, and let's type in for that we do expect a value of double to commit, and there we go. We write a closure here, and that closure is simply gonna say return whatever the value you are getting. So I'll access that value, whatever the value you are getting by the keyword self, it means my value, and let's multiply it by what should I say, 1000 and 0.0. There we go. Okay, I'll come back here in a moment because I know I will need to come back here, but right now just bear with me. Just consider this is perfectly true and correct, and there will be centimeter. So let's just say again we do expect a double here, and let's just say that I do want to return something here. So let's just say you want to return self, which is gonna be divided by 100.0. There we go. So we have added the functionality to convert the things into kilometers and centimeters. Now let's test it out. So let's just say we have a variable that actually we want to convert into kilometers. So let's just say it's what should I name it? So let's just say kilos. That's the name I came up with. Okay, so kilos is gonna be, let's just say 25.4. so right now it's just a double value 24.5, but now since I've added a functionality directly into the double class, I don't need to call any function. I can just put a dot here, and you can see there is a cm, and if I hit a k, we can see there is a km. So it just converts it, and we can say 25400. It's adding a 200. So that's what it makes, and it converts my 25.4 into kilometers directly. No, nothing, call of the function, everything. The class was already built in, and I added a functionality to it. And believe it or not, this is the most fascinating thing that I found in the Swift 3. I can actually hinder the classes which were not allowed in any other languages, like integers, the doubles, arrays, and pretty much like that. Let's test it out one more time. So let's just say cmos for centimeters, and let's just call this again. So how do we do this? Let's just call, I want to convert 3 into the centimeters. So dot cm is gonna be here. So that's it, and that's what all you need. So I'm converting 3 into the centimeters, which becomes a 0.03. Remarkable job. I cannot actually lay stress because I'm highly impressed by the extensions that they do have. And you can even modify initializers or methods or whatever you wish to have, subscripts, whatever that is available, you can extend their functionality. And in most of my apps, I do use this very heavily because things like touching the screens and changing the background colors or other things like table views are already built in. They have their classes and structures, and I do just add some extensions to them to modify these properties. Okay, so this was a very short movie but very impressive about the extensions.